Hi guys, it's Shannon. All right, yeah, we're live. I've got a 60-minute beginner yoga class today, and thank you so much for stopping by really quickly. It was good to see you for a minute. We've been building on our practice for a little while. You know, we started with more being on the floor, and today I'm going to incorporate a few more standing postures because I think it's time to grow a little more. So, tiny Dharma talk. Perception is 2/3 of reality. And I don't know about you, but I can build something up to be 10 times more terrible than it is. And sometimes when you do that, you go through the thing, and at the end, you're like, wow, that really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we can do that with our yoga practice, and in turn, we do that with our lives. So as you go through the practice today, especially since we're growing and trying some postures we haven't done in a little while, see if you can find the place of ease in the posture. It's pretty impossible for everything to be difficult all at the same time. So just see if you can dial back into that place and find the ease. Also, we're going to be doing one new pose today. It's not a hard one, but we haven't done it before. So I'm just going to sit here for a moment and show you the shoelace pose. While you're reclining, you're just going to cross both knees and then grab in the ankles towards your chest while you're laying down. Okay, so I'll go ahead, scoot back, and we'll get started. We're going to start laying down in constructive rest, which is where we were last week. So just come all the way down to the mat. You can leave your knees bent. And bring the right hand to your tummy and left hand to your heart. And close your eyes. Just start turning the attention inward. See if you can begin to lengthen your inhalations and exhalations. Just notice the rise and fall of the breath. Notice your heartbeat. And do a quick scan of the body. See if you can just notice how it feels in this moment. And if you would like to set an intention for practice today, maybe something positive you can bring forward off the mat into the rest of the day, now's a good time. On your next inhale, you can begin to float the eyes open. Just going to hug the knees in and begin with circles. And it doesn't matter what direction you start in, just start circling around. And go with your inhales and exhales. Slowly waking up the low back. And then go in the opposite direction. Now let's meet back in the center. Hug the knees in and then extend the right leg out. And you're just going to bring the left leg across and left arm out to the side. Gaze out over the left shoulder. Nice twist. And you can bring the knee back in, give it a squeeze, and now bring the right knee in and extend the left leg. Extend the right arm out to the side, bring the leg across. Gaze is over the right shoulder. Just beginning our practice from a place of ease. And on inhale, bring the knee back to center. Now you can pick up the other leg. We're going to do the shoelace pose. So just take the right leg, cross it over the left, and grab both ankles or the top of the leg, whatever you can get, and just pull it down towards your butt. You're just kind of bringing the ankles down as much as you can. And if that is uncomfortable, just sit here like this, or lie here like this, rather. And just breathe. And on your next inhale, cross the left leg over the right. Grab each ankle and just pull them down towards the sides. And it is very natural for one leg to cross a little differently than the other. Now you come out of that pose and we're just going to go into reclined butterfly. So just bring the heels in towards the hips. Grab the sides of the feet. And again, you're just pressing the low back into the ground. And now release the heels, bring the knees in, give yourself a hug because you did good. Now cross the legs over and just roll up to the seat and come into the center of the mat in a comfortable, easy seat. Doesn't matter what leg is where. Let's do some Kundalini rolls. Just start in one direction on inhale and exhale. Go all the way around and just go very slowly on the inhales and exhales. Just waking the waking the body up from the bottom to the top, because apparently my top is not awake yet. And come all the way around to center and just change directions. It doesn't matter what direction you started in. It doesn't matter what direction you continue in. Just go with your own breath, your own pace. Wherever you are, let's come all the way around and come back to center. Extend the arms out to the sides. Inhale tall up through the crown of the head. Exhale to the left, twisting to the left knee. Bring your right hand to it. Left hand behind. Gaze is over the left shoulder or straight ahead. One more inhale. And on an exhale, twist back to center, arms in a T. Now inhale tall. Exhale to the right, right arm behind, left hand to the knee, and rotating at the shoulders, gaze out over the right shoulder behind or straight ahead. One more inhale and exhale. Now come back to center and just float the arms down to the sides. Inhale, arms back up. We're going to clasp our hands in front of us, press them forward, and just kind of arch the back forward. Then inhale back up, clasp the hands behind, rolling the shoulders back, arch back, and gaze up ahead. Just keep flowing like that. So grab the hands, extend forward, curl back. Inhale back up, grab the hands, roll the shoulders back, gaze up, opening the chest and the heart center. Just keep flowing at your own inhales and exhales, just starting with some active movement today. Wherever you are, let's take one more round. And we'll meet back in center in a neutral spine. You can reach out with both hands to the sides. Inhale up tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, right ear over to the right shoulder. Gaze is up. Just breathe. And if you need a little more, you can always reach up to the head and just place the hand on the head. You're not pulling, you're just giving a little extra resistance. And if you'd like a little more, just roll the head forward and back very gently. The head back to center, release the head and come back to center. Extend right arm to the side, inhale tall. Exhale, left ear over to the left shoulder, gaze up towards the right. Long breaths here, just putting oxygen and space into the right side of the body. You can reach up with the hand if you'd like to give a little extra traction. And maybe gentle rolls forward and back. And release the head. Bring the head back to center. Reach forward with both arms. Inhale up tall and exhale, crawl forward, bringing the elbows down, letting the head hang here. And flip your hands up in a posture or in a position of letting go. Can you think of anything that you can let go of today for your practice? Just breathe that in and breathe it out. On an inhale, roll back up to center, and whatever leg is crossed underneath, just change legs. Inhale back up tall, and exhale, crawl forward again, bringing elbows down and flip the hands up. And a gesture of receiving. What would you like to bring into your life from your practice today? Just breathe that in and breathe it out. On an inhale, roll all the way back up to center. We'll come over to tabletop position. Come into cat and cow. Make sure the wrists are under the shoulders and make sure that the knees are under the hips. On an inhale, just bring stomach down towards the earth, gaze is up. And exhale, drawing the spine up towards the ceiling, head down. And just keep flowing like this on your inhales and exhales. And of course, you can always make intuitive movements from side to side. Wherever you are, take one more round. And we'll meet back in center in a neutral spine. Extend right arm in front of you and left leg behind for a balance pose. Just breathe, long breaths here. And bring right arm back down, knee to nose, 3 knee to nose. Inhale, left leg in, exhale out. Inhale, 2, inhale, 3. Now hold the leg out, extend right arm back out. Awkward airplane, bring right arm to the side, flex left foot, bring it to the side, just hold it just as long as you can. Long breath, keep the breath even and easy. Take one more. And exhale, bring everything back in and just float it back down. Let's take one more cat-cow just to reset. Inhale and exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Extend your right leg behind, left arm in front. Hold it for balance. And if you're wobbly, that's okay. One more breath. And exhale, float left hand back down, 3 knee to nose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 2. Inhale, 3. And extend the left arm back out. Go into awkward airplane. So flex the right foot. Bring the foot to the side and arm to the side. Long inhales and exhales. Take one more. Bring everything back to center and float the hand and the foot back down. Let's take another cat-cow. Inhale, stomach down. Exhale, back up. We'll go ahead and shift back into child's pose. So just bring your butt back. Bring the arms forward in front of you, stretched out. You can bring your forehead down to the mat. Maybe bring the mind back to the intention you set for practice today. And if your mind is still racing, you can always just roll the forehead a little bit side to side, just rolling across that third eye. Trying to bring focus back to the present. And on an inhale, let's come back to our tabletop position. We're going to thread the needle. So bring right arm out to the side. Inhale to the side. Exhale, bring right arm underneath. Bring elbow down. And you can bring the right ear down to the mat. Just getting a stretch in that shoulder. If you need an additional stretch, you can always extend the left arm. And if you're good here, that's fine too. Wherever you are, let's take another inhale. And exhale. If you have the hand extended, you can bring it back down so that it can rise back up. Extend the right arm to the side and float it back down. Inhale, left arm to the side, thread it underneath the right elbow, bringing elbow down and shoulder down, ear to the ground. If you need an additional stretch, just reach long with the right arm. And if you have the arm extended, bring the elbow down so that you can press back up, unthread the arm, bring it out to the side, and float it right down beside the other hand. Shift back into child's pose one more time. Take a big inhale and open your mouth, let it go, exhale. Now flow up through tabletop position. Draw the shoulders and elbows down to the side. Come down to baby cobra position, keeping hands beside the shoulders. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale, head back down. Press back into child's pose. Just going to do a little flow. Inhale, and you can always walk with the hands to follow you. Exhale, back down. Inhale forward through table. Exhale down. Make sure you bring the hands to the sides of the shoulders. Inhale, gaze forward, but not craning the neck. Just gazing in front of you a little. Exhale, back down. Press up, butt towards the back. Walk the hands back. Exhale down. Flow one more time. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Shift back to child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back up into table. Come into our first down dog. So just tuck your toes behind you. Shift the weight back towards the back of the mat, drawing shoulder blades down the back. Bring the heels down as close as you can to the floor and just start pedaling out the feet. And on an inhale, come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, bring the heels down as close as you can. You can put a generous bend in the knee if you need to. Look forward in between your hands. Step forward to the front of your mat and just grab the sides of your elbows and hang in ragdoll. You can leave a little bend in the knee and sway from side to side. Just using gravity to stretch out that low back. Release the elbows. We're going to roll all the way up into mountain pose. So vertebrae by vertebrae. Just slowly rise all the way up. Shoulders back, up in mountain pose. Let's take our little flow from last week. We're going to add to it. Inhale, arms up overhead. Clasp hands together in pistol fingers. Exhale to the left. Inhale into center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Come into forward fold, going into sun salutation A, forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze in front of you. Forward fold, step or hop, back into plank. Chaturanga, you can drop your knees here. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, shift towards the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and drop our knees down into table. Take your right foot, step forward in between the hands. And then come up, low lunge. Bring the knee out towards the pinky toe. Drawing shoulders down the back, keeping the face soft, finding a place of ease in the effort. Long breaths here. Inhale and exhale, float hands down to frame the foot. Plant left hand down, reach up in a twist with the right arm towards the sky. Gaze up towards the thumb, or if that hurts your neck, you can gaze down. One more inhale. Exhale, float hand down beside the right foot. Step behind with the right foot. Let's take a cat and cow. Inhale, stomach down. Exhale, up. Come back to a neutral spine and take the left foot, just swing it forward in between the hands. And a low lunge. And when you're feeling good, shift the weight, come all the way up, drawing shoulders down the back. Maybe shifting forward just a little bit for a good psoas stretch. Breathe. Big inhale. Exhale, float hands down to frame the foot. Plant right hand. Reach up with left arm to the sky and twist. Gazes up or down towards the hand. Inhale. Exhale, float hand down beside the foot. Take left foot, just swing it back behind. Let's take another cat-cow. Inhale down. Exhale up. Now this time, let's shift back into downward facing dog. Come all the way back. Inhale, right foot behind you, three-legged dog, keeping the hips square. Look forward in between your hands. Step forward in between your hands. Stay up in a higher lunge this time. And just plant the left hand. Reach up with the right. Kind of keeping the weight balanced in between both feet. More inhale. Exhale, float the right hand back down. Drop the left knee. Bring right foot back behind. Now the other side, tuck the toes, shift the hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot up behind you, three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands. Step forward in between your hands, staying up in a higher lunge this time. Plant left hand down, our right hand down, left arm up. Just breathe. One more inhale and exhale. Float the hand back down. Drop the knee. Bring the left foot back behind. Let's take another cat-cow. Inhale, stomach down. Exhale, up. Let's do that flow one more time. Tuck the toes. Shift back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot behind you, three-legged dog, hips square. Look forward in between your hands. Step forward in between the hands. Nice and stable here. Plant left hand down, right hand up. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Drop the knee. Swing right foot back behind you. Let's take another cat-cow. Inhale down. Exhale up. Tuck the toes. Shift back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And inhale, left foot behind you with the hips square. Three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands, step forward. In between the hands, staying up in your lunge. Plant right hand down, left arm up. One more inhale. And exhale, float the hand down. Drop the right knee down. Bring left foot back behind. And let's shoot back into child's pose. Bring forehead back down to the mat. And while we're here, let's take a moment and extend the arms in front. We're going to walk both hands over to the left side of the mat. Just breathing space into the right side of the body. Inhale, bringing the hands back to center. Exhale, walk them over to the right side of the mat. Breathing space into the left side of the body. On an inhale, walk them back to center. Come back up into your tabletop. Back into downward facing dog. Look forward in between your hands. You're going to walk the feet forward in between your hands. Just grab both elbows and hang here in ragdoll. Gentle sway from side to side. Release the hands. Roll all the way up vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring the shoulders back last. Up into Tadasana Mountain Pose. Let's take our sun salutation A with the bend again. Inhale, arms up overhead. Clasp the hands and pistol fingers. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Let's actually take another bend from side to side. Inhale. Exhale to left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Float arms down into forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze in front of you. Forward fold, step or hop back into plank. And you can drop your knees here. Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, hips to the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Let's pause here for one breath. Inhale, right leg up behind you. Three-legged dog. Look forward in between your hands. Step forward in between your hands. Stay here in your high lunge again. We're going to do that twist one more time. So plant left hand down, right arm up. As our body's warming up, this twist should start feeling a little easier. So you're finding the ease in the position through the effort. Inhale, exhale, right hand down. Drop the left knee. Bring right knee back behind you. Let's shift back, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Breath here. Inhale, left foot behind you, three-legged dog. Look in between your hands, step forward. In between your hands, staying up in a high lunge. Plant left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Inhale and exhale, float hand down to frame the foot. Drop the right knee, step back, left leg. Tuck your toes, shift back, downward facing dog. Look forward in between your hands, step to the front of the mat and hang in ragdoll. Just grab the elbows, sway from side to side. Release the arms and roll slowly all the way up until you're all the way up into Tadasana. Let's take a breath here and a breath out. We'll flow again and add a little to it. Put our standing postures in. Inhale, arms up overhead, clasp hands and pistol fingers. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Let's bend again to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale to center. Flow all the way down into forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze in front of you. Forward fold. Step back into plank. Drop your knees. Chaturanga, yoga push-up, baby cobra or up dog. Shift back to downward facing dog. Lift right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Gaze forward in between your hands. Step forward, bringing the knee in between your hands, staying up in your high lunge. And this time, you can come up to your knee. And when you feel good, just reach straight up overhead in high lunge. Keeping the shoulders down the back, keeping the face soft, and keeping the hips square. Take one more inhale. Come into warrior two. Spin left foot parallel with the back of the mat. Open up. Warrior two. Gaze out over right fingertips. Really broadening across the shoulders and chest. On an inhale, straighten right leg. Come into reverse triangle. Just reach up with the right hand. Down with the left. Nice stretch in that whole right side body. And let's shift back into warrior two. Bending right knee. Inhale and exhale. Come into side angle. Bring elbow down to the knee. Over with the left arm. Gaze is underneath the hand. You don't want to collapse forward here. You're really just working on extending. And on an inhale, flow back up into warrior two. Cartwheel left hand forward. Come back into your lunge. And now we're just going to step to the front of the mat. So just step all the way up to the front of the mat. Float the arms down to the sides. Let's take an inhale here. And exhale, just let it go. And repeat that flow with the left leg. Inhale, arms up overhead, clasp the hands. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Float all the way down into forward fold. Halfway lift, gaze in front of you. Flattening the back. Forward fold. Step back into plank. You can drop your knees here. Yoga push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. You can drop your knees, shoot to the back of the mat, and downward facing dog. Pause for a breath here, and then reach up with the left leg. Three-legged dog. forward in between your hands. Swing the leg forward in between your hands. Come into your higher lunge. Get nice and stable here. When you feel good, you can come up and frame the knee, or you can just go straight up into lunge, crescent lunge, bringing the left knee out towards the pinky toe, keeping the hips as square as possible, keeping the breath as long as possible. And on your next inhale, come into warrior two. Shift right leg parallel, right foot parallel with the back of the mat. Come into warrior two. Gazes out over left fingertips. Just breathe. Now come into reverse triangle. Straighten the leg. Reach up with the left hand. Gaze up towards the thumb. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Bend the leg again. Now come into side angle pose. You're going to bend the elbow, bring it down to your knee. Reach over with the right arm. Gazes up towards the hand. You guys are doing good. On an inhale, cartwheel up to warrior two. Shift back into lunge. So you just bring right arm forward, come back into your lunge. And just step all the way to the front of the mat. Flow the arms down to your side. Let's bring our hands to heart center in prayer. We can close our eyes for a moment. On an inhale, think let. And on the exhale, think go. Inhale, let. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Just let it go. We're going to flow all the way down to our mat. One more time in vinyasa. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Gaze is in front of you. Forward fold. Step back into plank. Hold your plank here for a moment. Just go ahead and shift back into down dog. Let's drop the knees down into table and come back into child's pose. We've done a lot of good work today. Let's bring forehead down to the mat. Begin to bring the heart rate down, maybe bringing our mind back to the intention we set today. And in this pose of ease, finding ease in the challenges that we face today. And on an inhale, let's come up through tabletop. And we're going to come back down into baby cobra again. Let's come all the way down to the mat. Hands beside the shoulders. Let's do 3 baby cobras. On an inhale, gaze is up in front of you. Exhale, back down. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're just going to roll over into Savasana. Just roll all the way over to lie down. And let's hug the left knee into our chest. Come back towards the beginning of our practice today. And bring it across with the right hand. Extend out with the left arm. Gaze out over the left shoulder. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes here, just really drawing the attention inward. On an inhale, bring the knee back to center. And let's change legs. Bring the right leg in. Give it a hug. Reach out with the right arm, bring the knee across, and gaze out over the right shoulder. Bring the knee back to center. Pick up the other leg. We're going to cross into shoelace again. So just cross right leg over left. Grab down towards the ankles. Just pull in towards your chest. And let's cross the left leg on top, right underneath. Do the same thing. Just pull the ankles in towards the chest. Or rather towards the hips. The knees will be closer to the chest, of course. On your next breath, you can just release the ankles, hug the knees in, roll up to sit. Come into Janusasana to bring right foot into left thigh, face the left leg. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, and you're extending forward, not so much hunching. So you're just coming down. You can bring hands down to the floor, ankles, leg, foot, whatever. You're just breathing here. Maybe sinking a little further with each exhale. On an inhale, roll up. We'll change legs and go in the opposite direction. So right leg out, left leg in, hips square, facing the foot. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, extending forward, bringing hands down to the earth, the side of the leg, ankle, or the foot. Keeping the foot flexed. Just breathe. On an inhale, roll back up. And let's bring the knee up. Bring the other knee up. I'm just going to turn to the side and come into a TP twist. Wrap right arm around, left arm behind. Inhale up. Exhale, rotating from the shoulders. Gaze out over the left shoulder. On an inhale, come back to center. Opposite direction, wrap left arm. Reach behind right. Inhale up tall, rotating at the shoulder. Exhale, gaze out over right shoulder. And of course, if at any time it's too much on your neck, just gaze ahead. On an inhale, come back to center, and we're going to roll all the way down to the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down. Come into a tripod position. Just pick up the right foot, prop it over the left, reach down. You can grab your thigh and bring it in towards your chest just as much as you can. And of course, you could always use a towel or a strap here if you needed it. And just let your left foot come down to the mat. Change sides, right foot down, left foot up. Flexing the feet, reach down, grab a right thigh, bring it in towards your chest. Right foot back down, unprop your legs. Let's come into happy baby. Just pick up both feet, grab the sides of the legs, ankles, or the feet. And just roll back and forth like a happy baby. Just kind of finding a moment to play even when you're trying to be serious. It's always very important. And come back to center. Release the feet. Bring the knees in and give yourself a big hug because you did awesome today. And just let it all go. Just release into Savasana. Let the shoulders come down to the mat. Arms flop out to the sides. Let the feet flop out to the sides. No effort at all. Just feel how your weight is heavy against the floor. And imagine a warm wave of relaxation just coming across your face, releasing any tension you may have in your jaw, any tension in between the eyes. Warm wave coming down across the throat, across the shoulders and the chest, and continuing down, all the way down across the stomach, the hips, upper legs, down across the knees, all the way down to the ankles and feet. Feel how you are completely supported here by earth and gravity, and you are safe. And on your next inhale, see if you can begin to deepen your breathing, slowly bringing some awareness back to the body, slowly calling yourself back home. And you can begin to make some small movements with the fingers and toes, maybe some gentle rotations with ankles and wrists. Gently turn the head from side to side. And reach out long for a full body stretch. And roll over to one side in the fetal position. And keeping your eyes closed when you're ready, you can use your hand, press yourself back up, come into your comfortable seat, sitting at the center of your mat. Bring the hands down to your knees, shoulders soft. And let's do a quick scan of the body. Just notice how it feels now as opposed to how it felt at the beginning of practice today. And we'll close with a quote from Unknown. The difference between a flower and a weed is perception. And may you bring a positive outlook into the rest of your day. Bring your hands to heart center in prayer and open your eyes. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Come a little bit closer. Thank you guys for coming to class with me today. I appreciate you. And if you would, please like and subscribe to the channel. I put out new videos every single week. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you guys next time.